Welcome to the Weekends Over podcast. I'm your host, Alex. I'm here with Max. A couple of the other guys are out of town. Taylor's supposed to join later, but we're just going to go ahead and get into it. I don't know our picks for last week, but I know Max actually had a really good week last week because some of the picks that he did have ended up hitting. But we're just going to go ahead and do a recap. The first game I want to talk about is the Indiana and Oregon game. And let me just say, I was not familiar with your game. Indiana, Coach Signetti. I was really kind of just thinking like it was last year. They're going to play a good team, get beat, then just win out the rest of the way. But Indiana, I mean, they got hit in the mouth a couple of times. Big pick six in the second half, make it 20-20. Then they just go right down the field and score. I mean, going and beating Oregon at home is a really good win. I know Oregon is kind of young, but I mean, Indiana looks like they have it all, and they might actually be for real this year. Max, do you have any comments for that?
Yeah, I picked Indiana to cover. I'm not gonna act like it was just because I know I'm behind the scenes or anything like that. I went by, Oregon beating Penn State. Penn State started sucking, and I was like, maybe Indiana will cover it, and I just said screw it, and it worked out. And it turns out that Indiana's quarterback Mendoza is really good. They got Surratt, great receiver. They got a good team. They got it humming right now. It makes me question Oregon a little bit though,
Yep.
with everything going on with Penn State, the firing of James Franklin. Um, but still a great win for the resume for Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dante Moore got sacked, I think, like 7 or 8 times, and he was
yeah.
under pressure the whole game. Yeah, it does make me think about Oregon, but also you just kind of brought up Penn State, and I mean, how does it feel 2 weeks in a row for Penn State to ruin a parlay for you?
I mean, twice, 2 weeks in a row, I was one away, and the first week was UCLA, and there's just no way that happens. And the next week, I said they gotta be angry and want to, but no, they weren't angry. They were just soft. James Frank, they quit. That team's done. They all quit, and then now their quarterback's hurt, so their season's done. Now they got to find a new coach, and I got to find someone to bet on.
Well, you can bet against Penn State now.
Yeah, true.
True. Yeah, James Franklin being out of there is huge. Obviously, I mean, last year being really close to making the championship game to this year being 3-3 and just fired instantly. Do you agree with the firing? Do you think they should have waited, or I mean, what do you think? I'm on the side of it. Like, there's no way you go and you lose to UCLA. Like, all right, get it together, but then you lose to Northwestern at home.
Well, I think what led to it is I think the administration, whoever making president of the university, went into this year being like, all right, not necessarily we got to win a championship or but we got to make a deep run. Like we have all our players back, and then you lose to UCLA, who hadn't led in a game all year up to that point. Then you lose to Northwestern, who I believe lost to UCLA as well, or did Northwestern beat UCLA? I don't remember.
Pretty
Um,
sure they beat them.
Still, both bad teams, and losing to those teams, I think it's well warranted. I mean, it's not just like it's just he's been there for 10 years
Yeah,
or
which is
12 years,
which is
whatever it
crazy.
is. I mean, it's like it felt like it was all building up to this year, and it's just a fall off the cliff. And I feel like they just said that they're done with it. They'd rather start new. But there's also another side to it where the grass may not be greener on the other side. Like, because we also got to think that these past years with James Franklin at Penn State have been the best years Penn State's had in a long time. Like, even before James Franklin was 2010. I just know Alabama played them. 2010, 2011, and they weren't the same they haven't been the same Penn State of the, 70s and 80s for a long time. And so it could go either way.
Yeah, I'm curious to see like who they eventually go and get. Like,
My thing is, I hear a lot of talk about them trying to grab SEC coaches. What SEC coach would leave for Penn State right now? I
hmm,
mean, I don't even think Clark. I mean, they pull the same trick they did. 10 years ago and go grab Vandy's coach. I don't think Clark Lee's leaving to go to Penn State. He's a Vanderbilt graduate. He played there.
Hmm.
And he's building, obviously building some momentum there. I don't see why he would want to leave that and go to Penn State, who just, all these recruits are decommitting now. It's falling apart at Penn State.
So
So,
talking about Signetti, giving him a call. Like obviously they're definitely going to call him, but
but if I'm Signetti, why would I even leave that? It's
yeah.
like you got it going on right now. I mean, and Signetti's what, 64,
Mhm.
something like that. So I mean, he's a little older. He's got years left, but I don't know if he would want to go and build and
Those
start
things
something
just
new.
yeah, go ahead and just become a legend there. You're already old,
Yeah,
so
he's already can do whatever he wants there. Like he's one of their best coaches of all time. Like he took them to the playoff,
yeah.
and but we'll see. I wonder if they'll try to go get like a riser kind of guy, like John Summerall or something like that. But I got a feeling there's going to be a crazy coaching carousel this season and off season.
I mean, we're already talking about coaching carousel. Let's go ahead and talk about Auburn. I mean, Auburn going in the half, leading 10-0. Obviously, everyone's going to talk about the big play that happened. I am on the side that I thought he got over the goal line as well. I thought he scored. But if he didn't score, then Georgia scored as well because he was not down on the return. But I mean, overall, Auburn's offense, I mean, the second half, how many yards did they have? Like,
50
yeah,
or 52, something like that.
y'all didn't lose the game because of that. Obviously, that would have been huge momentum if they give y'all that, and I thought they should have. I'm surprised they didn't, but y'all didn't lose the game because of that call. Y'all lost the game because y'all had 50 yards in the second half. Like I don't know the Auburn offense. Obviously, Jackson Arnold isn't that good, but is he really that bad? I mean, there's got to be some type of play design that you can do something with him at least. I mean, if you're really just if he can't throw it at all, line him back up there like Georgia Tech's offense and just start doing wing T stuff. Like, because I know he can run it good, and I know y'all have the skill players for that. So I don't know. It's just the coaching side of it for me offensively just baffles me because I just don't think they can actually be that bad because they have so much talent, especially that the receiver position. I know their offensive line has struggled, but I just think there's something else that they could do. So
It's Hugh Freeze.
yeah.
That's what it is. I mean, I'm as an Alabama fan. I know some Auburn fans will hate hearing me say this, but Hugh Freeze needs to be fired. I mean, and I'm not even saying, for a Bama fan, I would say don't fire him because he's been, so bad. But as a neutral guy, it's just like you brought in Hugh Freeze as this quarterback whisperer, offensive guy. He hasn't had a good offense yet. All of his quarterbacks have been terrible.
Mhm.
I mean, and it's just undisciplined plays. And then I know the same way with the goal line. My view is I thought he got in by an inch, but to act like it wasn't super close, to act like it was just clear as day, that's not true. No, and it was right. It was inches. I mean, he was punching it. But my thing is Jackson Arnold shouldn't have fumbled the ball.
Mm.
Don't fumble the ball. Don't put the game in the ref's hands. And then after that, at Hugh Freeze's halftime interview, I mean, you could just tell, his demeanor was done. He was, he didn't seem to have any life in him after that, and the team reflected that. You can't let bad calls go against you, affect you the rest of the game. They went into the halftime with the lead. I mean, I know it's not what you wanted. You wanted 17-0, but it's 10-3. You still got the lead. Go back out there and execute. But they folded. Georgia adjusted. Give credit to Georgia in the second half for adjusting. I think the more egregious call was Kirby calling the timeout. I mean,
Yeah.
he clearly called a timeout and just he just finessed them. And we just got to give Kirby
Yeah.
he just finessed you. I mean, sorry, that's just what it was. He finessed you. Good on Kirby, I guess, for getting away with one. But I can see why Auburn fans are mad. I get it, but at the same time, there's a whole second half to play.
50 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think this says about Georgia? I mean, obviously Auburn at home night game is a tough place to play. Auburn does have a good defense. But does this make you kind of worry about them with Ole Miss coming to town this week, or do you think it's just tough place to play, tough environment? They got out when they need to get out.
I think this Ole Miss Georgia game is gonna be close. I don't think Georgia's gonna. I don't
Don't
think
give your
Georgia
pick
has
yet.
the. Huh?
I said, don't give your pick yet.
I'm not giving my pick yet, but I'm just saying I just don't think Georgia. I don't know if Georgia's going to blow any good team out. Georgia's their defense is not the same. They have a good defense. Don't get me wrong. They have some guys that can play, but they don't have just loaded with first rounders defense anymore. People can move the ball on them. Auburn ran the ball all over them in the first half.
Hmm.
Um, Gunnar Stockton, he's a pretty good player. He's a hard nosed guy, but he's not like a game changer where he's just sling. He can make some throws and run it, but you know.
Hmm.
I mean, but with Kirby at the head coach, you're going to see really good coaching and second half adjustment. That's what Georgia's done all year is get down in the first half and make second half adjustments and play a lot better in the second half, even in the loss to Bama. So I don't know. They got a tough schedule, but the good thing is they got them at home, the harder games at home. Uh, but they got a lot. I think it's going to be a close game, especially first three quarters.
Yeah, I'm on the same side of it. We'll go into the Bama game now. Bama, we escape against Missouri. I mean, obviously, lots of injuries. Freshman receiver, that's not a huge injury for us because he didn't get much playing time, but hopefully he's okay. Big one, Jam Miller getting hurt. I'm not really sure if he's going to be able to play this weekend or not. He was huge for us when he was in, mainly like pass protection. But overall in the game, obviously Missouri got off to a hot start. Drove it right down the field. I don't know what our cornerback was doing on the touchdown pass. The more I see it, the more I'm just like, what do you even?
He got his spot took
He did.
pretty much. I guarantee you'll see the freshman play a lot more. What's his name? Dejon Lee, number 5. He was 6'4" corner. He'll play a lot more this week. It's just kind of sad to see he's been rising and Damani Jackson has kind of been declining and mainly in run fit, not willing to hit and be physical. And then obviously that play against Missouri was just
I mean, when
you don't really know what he's
we were
doing.
watching it together, and I literally said, what was he doing right there? What just
He had
happened?"
a wide open shot to make a good clean hit on him to make an incomplete pass and just kept going out of
He
bounds.
could have either boomed him or gone for an interception, but he ran out of bounds. Like it's crazy. Anyways, obviously they got off to a good start. Bama, we always seem to weather the storm. Like that seems to happen every game. They score on the first drive, then we weather the storm and we start playing good. Ty Simpson made some throws this game. Obviously that 4th and 8, but the first drive he threw one in between 3 players, a laser beam. He is just continuing and continuing to impress me. Some of those throws, and even not even to our best receivers, Bernard and Williams did not do anything this entire game, but Brooks stepped up huge for us, and so did Horton. I mean, it has just been great to see that we can find different ways to win different players. Um, Obviously, I hope Jam can play this next game, but our defense also, the way that we controlled their running back in that running game, I mean, obviously that guy was great. There were some plays where he bounced some tackles off, where it's like we should have had him in the backfield and he ended up getting like 6. But overall, good game. It was a tough place to play. I think the score is a little closer than the actual game was, especially the second half, because they got that sack. We fumbled it. We gave them 3 points right there, and then they scored that late touchdown at the end of the game. But I actually do think Missouri's a decent team. I don't know if they're college football playoff team. I think they're on
They're right on the edge.
I
I
think
think they're right on the edge. I think if they can figure out things in the passing game, Purvula was just he was erratic. I mean, we didn't get as many sacks as they got on us, but we got him off his spot and made those 2 picks that he threw. He was
that
trying to throw seam shots and just threw it way too early, and the receiver never got his head around and threw it a little too high. And um, but yeah, like I said, I thought we out physicaled them most of the game. I think there was times at which they got the better of us, but I think it was closer. That turnover by Ty really hurt us. But I'll say one thing about Ty is what impresses me is the past 2 weeks he's had 2 turnovers, and each time he has a turnover, we go down there and score right after. So
love his interviews after the game. It's always like, could have done this better, could have done this. I mean, it's hard
which
not to love the guy. I mean, obviously, if a lot of people, if he wasn't on Bama, people would love him. I feel like
Yeah.
they would be in love with him, like staying with the school forever. Final season, getting to start and playing like this, they would love him. But I get the hate. It's because of Bama. I mean,
I mean, I just says he. What impresses me is he didn't have a perfect game. I mean, he missed some things. He held on to the ball a little too long, but when it mattered most, he made all the throws. I mean, when
fourth
we
and
had to
eight.
get it, fourth and eight throw was it
I mean,
was just chef's kiss type throw. It's like you can't put it any better than that.
and I love coach going for that though. Like fourth and eight, go for it. Fourth down, go for it. I mean, I love it. He's trying to put the game
But you
away.
got to remember the key player on that drive was Kevin Riley. It was 3rd and 20,
Yep.
and then he gets 13 yards from that little dump off to him, and then it puts us in position to even think about going for it.
Yeah,
So
great pass catcher, and then obviously Hill. We're gonna have him. Um, let me see if we have any other games I want to talk about. I did want to mention the Michigan and USC game and how I was completely wrong on that. I said Michigan was gonna run it down their throat, and the opposite happened. Crazy. Did not see that coming at all. I always associated Michigan with being the power offense, just being able to run the ball. And I figured that's what they would do. They did it last time to them, and I was wrong. I was very wrong. So I apologize, and they might be looking for a new head coach too by the end of this season.
yeah, I didn't get to see any of that game. I still haven't seen any of it, so I don't really. I know the score. I know what people have talked about it. So
USC averaged 6 or 7 yards a carry.
yeah, wasn't it with a walk on running back too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yep. And
So
Justice Haynes got hurt too for Michigan, which is tough.
yeah, I miss you. That's why you'll see my lock this week is pertaining to Michigan.
Yeah. Let me see if there were any other games. Obviously, Florida State lost again, so I guess they just saved up everything against us.
Alabama was a Super Bowl. Uh, that was a fluke. Obviously, everyone knows it was a fluke now. Uh,
Um,
credit them on their nice home win.
hang the
But
banner.
hang the banner, do what you want. But we got you next year on, so it's cool.
Yeah. I did want to say Texas and Oklahoma.
I
Max
was right on
Jones.
this.
I did not see it. I thought John Mateer playing would be the big difference maker, and it wasn't at all. He had a really bad game. I saw some of those picks he threw, and there were some bad throws. Texas defense showed up huge. I think their defense is the reason that they've won. Um, I mean, they're just putting it together finally. Offense still needs some work. They had a big special. No, it was a pick six, I think, or a special teams play, but
That's punt return,
okay,
touchdown.
big play for them. That's gave them a lot of juice. And Oklahoma, I mean, I'm not really sure about them anymore either. Their offense kind of looks a little stale. Really good defense still, but I think they struggle with the. Oddly enough, it's the passing because
My thing is, people hopped on the John Mateer train so early. He never did enough to act like this offense. I mean, against Auburn, they didn't look great. It wasn't a good game. I mean, he had one nice drive right there at the end of the game to take the lead. But other than that, he wasn't very good all game. And they have no run game other than John Mateer, and they can't run John Mateer right now because he's coming off his surgery.
yeah,
Even in the Michigan game, that was what they did is they ran John Mateer, and Michigan has no offense, so it's not too hard to, possess the ball on them.
yeah,
But I'll say Oklahoma does have a great defensive front.
yeah.
They're very physical up front, so that's what keeps them in these games.
I'm
I'm sure John Mateer will get better as coming off the injury 2 weeks. That's why I went with Texas. I knew that Texas had a great defense. John Mateer, I said, especially if he doesn't play, I'm going with Texas. But even if he does, he'll be off the, 2 week injury. It'd probably be a little fast for him getting back. So that's what it looked like.
Yeah, and then obviously Texas, Arch Manning played a little bit better. Still needs to improve, but I'm curious about these next couple of weeks for both of those teams because they can go either direction. Oklahoma and Texas have some big games coming up. Obviously, Texas just plays Kentucky this week, so not that big of a game, but they do play Georgia in the future, and then Oklahoma goes into South Carolina this weekend. So I'm curious. This will be either they're both not going to make it or they're going to make some big wins. So it'll be fun to watch them, but um Yeah, I mean, you want to go ahead and get into picks? Taylor should be joining sometime shortly.
Yeah, we can.
All right, hold on, I'm
We got
screenshot.
to get back when Taylor joins. We got to ask him about the game though,
Yeah, we definitely will. We
and
will.
shit on him.
We'll do that. First one I'm going to start off with is it's a Friday night game. Louisville at Miami. Miami is a 13 and a half point spread. Favorite over under is 15 and a half. I'm going to go with it's a Friday night game, and Miami has trouble with the crowd showing up. But I'm gonna go Miami still. I think their defense is just really good. I do worry Carson Becky has been still playing good, but I do worry he's still turnover prone sometimes. So, but I'm gonna go with Miami here. I don't think Louisville has enough to cover the spread.
I'm gonna go Miami as well. I think their defense is too good.
Yeah. Um, Now we're going to go Nebraska at Minnesota. Nebraska got a big win against Maryland last week. Maryland did cover, though, so I did hit my sneak again. Maryland's been good at covering for me recently. Nebraska 25. The spread is 8.5. Minnesota at home on a Friday night. Um, I'm going to go Minnesota to cover the 8.5 points. Nebraska seems to play every game close. And
I'm
I don't.
gonna take Minnesota to cover as well. Nebraska doesn't seem to be able to finish teams very well. And Minnesota seems to sometimes be able to hang around.
Mhm. Next up, this is one of my favorite games of the weekend. It's the one I want to watch the second most. LSU and Vandy. This is going to be so fun. Vandy right now, 2.5 point favorites at home, over under 47.5. And I'll let you take the reins on this one. Go ahead.
This one's so close. I don't really know which way to go, but I'm gonna take Vandy to cover. LSU really hasn't showed me enough to really push me over on them. You know, offensively especially. Uh, so yeah, I mean, I'm leaning towards Vandy's gonna ball control this game, drive up and down the field, and keep the ball away. And because the past two games LSU's given up like 350 yards rushing, not but total. And still, so yeah, I mean, first time Vandy's been favorite over LSU since I think 1948.
Yep.
So I'm gonna take Vandy though.
I'm so I'm on the same wavelength as you. LSU's offense is obviously really bad. Vandy's defense isn't the best, but they show that they can play pretty
They
well
can play. Yeah.
enough, especially against a bad offense. And the thing for me is Vandy is capable of those big plays, and they get a couple of big plays and go up by 10. I mean, it's hard for me to see LSU doing anything. They haven't shown me anything that they're able to do. And I think this kind of goes with how they did against us, except not as many points because LSU can't score points. But it's going to be what you said. It's going to be the ball control game. It's going to be Vandy just tick, 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 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, tick, 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 keep on going. I mean, the drives are just going to keep on going. Pavia's, I think he got I think the whole Crane podcast has been saying he was too close to the sun. You know, he flew too high. I think he got brought down to earth a little bit, and that's a good thing. I am a certified Pavia hater when he's playing Bama, but I don't dislike him actually. Like I love a guy who's confident. He is like that Johnny Manziel personality, and I think the bye week was good for them. I mean, they get to focus on LSU. They're gonna have things schemed up for him, and it's crazy in 2025. If I would have gone back 10 years, I'd be like, yeah, I'll take Vandy over LSU, but I think they're the better team. Like I really just think they're the better team.
Yep.
That'll be a fun environment to be at, though. Like,
Yeah. When
that'll be so fun. All the Cajuns going up there to the Vandy game. Imagine the arguments they're about to have. Oh man, but yeah, I got Vandy covering the 2.5 against LSU. Next up, Georgia Tech 6-0 at Duke 4-2. Duke is favored by 1.5 points. You go first.
I'm gonna take Georgia Tech. I've liked them from the beginning. I know this is gonna be a hard game. This is a game Duke can win. The Duke's not a bad team at all. They're a very good team. But I'm gonna trust Haynes King and him just being a crash dummy, just not getting her injured. just running into everyone, getting those short yardage runs when they need them. I think Georgia Tech wins in a close one.
Yeah, I'm really split on this one because Duke has looked good. I mean, they beat the absolute dog out of
Syracuse.
Syracuse, and then they won big last week again. Georgia Tech, they did look better last week. Haynes King threw the ball really well, which was impressive. And man, I'm really split because I'm worried that Georgia Tech's going to have that slip up because they have that close game against Wake, and this is at home for Duke. I'm gonna go Georgia Tech. I'm gonna get them to cover, but it does worry me. I love Haynes King. I love Jamal Haynes. I love what they have. I hope they keep on winning. Obviously, I said at the beginning of the year they were in my initial bracket was Georgia Tech because I love their schedule and I love Haynes King. So I'm gonna go with Georgia Tech as well. This one is very worrisome for me. It's a close one. It could go either way. Okay, next up, Washington, 5-1 at Michigan, 4-2. Michigan is 6.5 point favorites. Max, go ahead.
Jimmy Washington, like we said earlier about Michigan, Haynes is what's his name, right?
Which one? Hey, oh, you're talking
Michigan
about
running back,
Justice Haynes?
Justice Haynes. He's injured. They just look so bad against USC and Washington. They've had, they've played a decent schedule. I mean, they beat Maryland on the road, which is a decent win. They played Ohio State at home pretty close for a while, until it just kind of got away from them at the end. So I'm taking Washington to cover. They could lose, but 6.5. I think if they lose, it's going to be by 3.
Yeah, Washington has a great running back. I think the running back actually leads the nation in touchdowns scored, and the quarterback's really good, dual threat guy. But man, it worries me for Michigan. I hate that spread on the game because Michigan just hasn't shown it to me. I'm obviously freshman quarterback, tough game, but I think Michigan 6.5. Man,
You can't take Michigan.
I hate that we're agreeing though. Is the problem? Like
Yeah, it sucks, but it's
I
just
hate that we're doing all these the
I
same.
have to be logically consistent.
I'm going to go with Washington covers, but I do think that Michigan wins the game in a close one. I think they do it just because defense and home field advantage and big bounce back game. But yeah. Next up, Arizona at Houston. Arizona 4-2, Houston 5-1. I kind of threw this one in there because there are a lot of good games here, but I did want to get a good amount of other games in here. I'm gonna go with Houston to win. Obviously, they got dogged by Texas Tech, but I mean they're 5-1. They look good. Favita is still good, but they got who they get beat by last week. It wasn't BYU, was it? It was yeah, I have it right here. Hold on. It was BYU. Okay, yeah, BYU came back and beat them in overtime. 33-27. They did have a big lead. I think the amount of motion from that game is going to be kind of like a hangover. And Houston's at home. I think Arizona loses to Houston. So I'll have Houston covering the 1.5 because they're dogs in this game. Arizona's favored by 1.5.
I'm also going to take Houston, so we're just going to keep picking everything the same.
Keep on going. All right.
Yeah.
Next up, Missouri favored 1.5 at Auburn. This is a night game as well. Again, back-to-back night games for Auburn. That's fun. Um, man, I've taken Auburn every single time this year, actually, to cover. And the one time I don't pick them is going to be the time they're going to win the game. But I'm going to hold true. I'm going to take Auburn, the
What is it?
1.5.
You're going to take Auburn?
I'm going to take Auburn. I think their defense steps up. They have this whole year. And I think Missouri, kind of like the other game I just said, kind of an emotional game last week. Auburn, the environment's going to be rocking. I think they're going to get a big win.
Well, now we finally disagree. I'm going to take Missouri to cover. I think their two edge rushers get after Jackson Arnold. He already holds the ball for 10 seconds every drop back. So I think this is the week Hugh Freeze gets fired. I think Auburn loses to Missouri and Hugh Freeze gets fired.
That'd
I
be
think
four
it
in a row.
should happen. Uh, and I've heard some rumors about Auburn looking into John Gruden.
Mhm. That'd be a fun one.
Yeah.
That'd be funny to see how Taylor would think about that. Um, all right. Next up, we got the Holy War. Utah 5-1 going to BYU 6-0. Utah is actually favored 3.5 points in this game. I'm going BYU. I love BYU's defense. They're the home team as well, and Utah has been shown, like they got shown by Texas Tech, that they can be dominated. Obviously, I don't think BYU is as good as Texas Tech, but I'm gonna go BYU to cover the 3.5 points from Utah.
I'm going to take Utah to cover. I think they win by a touchdown. I think they're just a little bit more talented than BYU. I haven't seen much of BYU this year. I watched a little bit of when they played West Virginia, and their defense is a little suspect. So I'm going to take Utah.
What are your thoughts on Brigham Young,
Who?
BYU?
Brigham Young, the university, or the man?
Man,
False prophet.
thank you. Let's see. Next up, I know you got into your research for that for one time, so I had to ask you.
Yeah, don't get. He got killed by his own people.
So I was actually listening to a video about that today.
Yeah.
um,
Hey, but in all seriousness, I actually really like the Mormon people a lot. They're all every single one you meet is super nice. I just happen to believe that their religion is fake. Well, not fake, but it's real, but not untrue.
yes, that's okay to think that. USC 5-1 at Notre Dame. Obviously, Notre Dame 2 losses to two really good teams. USC put the beating on Michigan last week, and right now the spread's 9.5 for Notre Dame, and Notre Dame's defense has still looked really bad this year. Obviously, it's looked better against some of these other teams that they played. These other teams haven't had as great as offenses, especially NC State and Boise State. I'm taking USC to cover 9.5. I mean, 9.5 is huge here. Obviously, Notre Dame is at home, but USC last week they showed that they can run the ball. The quarterback is really good, and they have a great wide receiver. And Notre Dame loves to play man, so they have a man breaker out there. It does worry me. Notre Dame's offense has shown that they can put up a bazillion points. Jordan Love's great. The quarterbacks look great. Offense has been great. But I'm gonna take
Jordan
USC.
Love,
Excuse me. Their running back,
Jeremiah Love.
Jeremiah Love. Sorry, not Green Bay. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna go USC to cover. I think they'll be able to keep up with them. I still think they probably lose, but give me USC covered the 9.5.
I'm telling you, I think USC covers. It's starting to look like USC's offense is starting to fit. What's their head coach's name? Riley. They're starting to fit what he usually did at Oklahoma. You're starting to see these explosive plays happen in the run game and the pass game. So that's I'm taking them. Notre Dame's defense has been scored on. I think USC is going to take advantage. I actually think Notre Dame's going to win, but I think USC covers Notre Dame.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I hope Notre Dame loses. I don't want them in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'd go ahead and get them out of the playoff. That would be nice.
But till then, I mean, they get 3 losses, they're out. I don't think there's any way they win. They
No,
get
they wouldn't have a good enough
USC
win.
is really good. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yep. Next up, SMU and Clemson. Clemson 9.5 point favorites. Clemson 3-3. SMU 4-2. Like I said, I just kind of like to throw some random games in here. I'm gonna go Clemson covers the 9.5 points. I think they kind of have to, just because their coach is just gonna be like, "Hey, I looked really bad this whole year. We got to score some points." SMU not that great this year. Not the team that they had last year. Give me Clemson.
I'll take SMU to cover. I think SMU's offense is good enough to, and Rhett Lashley can call some stuff up to keep them in this game. I just can't trust Clemson. offensively. Last week they looked okay, but they had some trick plays that they started out with that kind of got them up in the lead. Uh, we'll see. I think it'll be a close game until maybe the fourth, but I'm hoping that SMU can hold on to less than 9.5. So
Hmm. Next up, UNLV minus 12.5 at Boise State. This is me and Max's non-power forward team to make the playoffs. UNLV is still undefeated. Obviously, every single game that they have played has been close, and they haven't looked pretty doing it. But I mean, 12.5, the Boise? Give me UNLV to cover 12.5. I mean, they'll probably lose this game. Don't get me wrong, but I have them covering this. The quarterback, by the way, looks phenomenal. I mean, he's at UNLV, so not playing the best competition, but he made some plays last week to come back in that game that were just great. So
hmm.
12.5.
Yeah, yeah, you convinced me. Oh man, I don't know.
12.5.
Yeah, I could see Boise State winning by 14. Um, no, give me UNLV. I think their offense is too good. I think they could lose, but I think their offense is too good to, beat Boise State's not gonna shut them out.
Don't get me wrong. Boise State's played better competition the whole year. So, I mean, they could just be like, hey, we played Notre Dame and,
Yeah, USF.
yep.
Mhm.
Who you taking? You still taking UNLV?
UNLV, yeah.
All right. Next up, Baylor and TCU. These are both two lost teams, and both of these teams still have a chance for playoffs. That this is pretty much you lose this when you're not going for sure. So TCU is at home. TCU is favored by 2.5. I'm going to go with Baylor. I think Sawyer Robinson. I mean, the way that he has played this year and the throws that he's made. I mean, he has got himself drafted up rounds higher than anyone thought he would be already. So I'm gonna go with him. Better quarterback. TCU does have a great quarterback. His name's Hoover, right?
Josh Hoover.
Josh Hoover is
For
really good.
Braveway.
This will yeah, this will be the fun game to watch quarterback play wise. This will be a good one to watch. I bet there's
Where
some.
is it at?
It's at TCU. There's gonna be scouts there. This is the 11 a.m. game, by the way.
Give me uh Give me Baylor. I I I, I think both quarterbacks are good. I think I favor Sawyer Robinson just a little bit more.
Yeah. I love this game coming up, the second to last one that we're picking, because it'll be hilarious. It's Penn State 3-3 at Iowa. Iowa minus 2.5. Imagine Penn State goes in there and beats Iowa. I mean, Josh will have to retire from this podcast.
I'm going to ride with Iowa in honor of Josh. My Iowan brothers. We have to hold the line this weekend. You can't lose to this Penn State team,
Uh-uh.
or you're gone.
Yeah,
You're off. To Mordor.
it's like
Uh,
the Thanos snap. It's just over.
yeah,
There's
it's just
nothing to say
everyone
anymore.
disappears. No more whites and corn. They're done.
uh, I'm gonna go with Iowa. Who did Iowa beat last week?
Someone good,
It was
decent.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, yeah.
They
No, they
them
beat
out.
the brakes off of
Yeah.
them, which was surprising. Good to see. I mean, not surprising, but Iowa usually doesn't do that to teams.
About
So
38.
that's the Iowa fans got to be feeling good right now.
Well, how did Wisconsin coach not get fired after that?
I don't know how he's still hanging around. I
Yeah.
mean, they play Ohio State this weekend too, I think.
I don't understand that. I mean, if anyone deserved to be fired after that, that was a home game for them, and they got shut out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Iowa as well. I mean, they looked really good last week, and Penn State quarterback injury. Iowa can play some defense. Iowa at home, 6 p.m. night game. New head coach. I mean, I do worry about the bump that teams sometimes get from that.
Yeah, that plays a fact. I'm telling you, that's a real thing. Teams when their coach gets fired, the guy who steps up seems to be able to hype them up and motivate them to go play hard. So it's going to be a close game. No doubt about that. I don't think Iowa blows them out or anything, but they have to play sound because they're going to be breaking in a new quarterback. They're going to have to stop the run.
Yep. Yep. Last game, obviously. Oh wait, we got a couple games. We still didn't talk about Georgia Ole Miss, did we? Nope.
Yeah,
I skipped over that one on accident. Georgia and Ole Miss is Georgia's favored by 7.5 points. And yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Ole Miss cover 7.5. I think they'll be able to play good. Obviously, Ole Miss looked horrible last week against Washington State. I'm gonna go with that. They were watching Georgia's game tape the whole week, and they didn't want to get their quarterback hurt. They definitely play that game more conservative. But Ole Miss covers. Obviously, quarterbacks look really good, but I still think Georgia wins this game just at home. I don't see Kirby Smart losing 2 home games this year, like in a row. I don't think that's going to happen. If that did, that'd be some big news. The Georgia dynasty would be over. People start saying that, but I think Georgia's going to win. But I do have Ole Miss covering. I think Lane has some stuff schemed up. Obviously, last year he was able to beat them at home. It's going to be an exciting game. I'm very curious about how this one plays out because it could go a variety of different ways. I could see low scoring. I could see a shootout. So I'm just curious to see how it's going to go. But I do have Ole Miss covering 7.5, but Georgia winning.
I'm going to take Georgia to cover. I think they're going to win by 10. I think the first half's going to be super close, and I think Kirby Smart's going to make adjustments in the second half. And Ole Miss's QB, I know he's played against LSU, but that was at home. This is going to be in a raucous environment. Uh, I see him having some turnovers, and I see late Georgia pulling away, winning by 10.
I think that's a good probably how it's actually going to happen. One more game before the Bama game. Texas Tech favored at Arizona State. 7.5 points. Arizona State did get beat by Utah last week, but they didn't have their starting QB. He is supposed to be back this week, so little motivation. I'm gonna have Texas Tech covering. I mean, there's no reason to not go with them yet. They've played so good every single game. They've covered every single time too. So Texas Tech. I mean,
What's the spread?
7.5.
Arizona State's quarterback comeback?
Yeah.
I'm going to go against my gut here. I'm going to say Arizona State covers. Uh, I've been kind of waiting for the downfall of Texas Tech,
Yeah,
but
I get it.
if they win this game solidly, I'm gonna be a Red Raider believer for the rest of the year. I'm gonna think that they're a solid. I mean, I think they're a solid team, but Arizona State's a good team too, and they have their quarterback. They're a solid running team, and their quarterback's a gamer. Uh, he just makes plays when he needs to. Yeah, I'm gonna take Arizona State to cover.
I mean, analytically, Texas Tech is actually one of the best teams. Like,
Oh yeah, I mean, no doubt, but I gotta
yeah, I know. I
I
know what
just
you're
I
saying. You
gotta
need to see
see
it.
just a little bit more. If they can dominate this one, I think it really kind of nails the nail in the coffin, and it's like, okay, these guys are like actually legit week in week out.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. I mean, all right, last one. Tennessee comes into Alabama. Alabama 7.5 point favorites. The line's gone down a little bit. It did get up to 8.5. I mean, I'll go first. I have Alabama covering. Tennessee, great offense. I think it's the by far the best offense that we're going to play this year, especially passing the ball wise. And I still think though that our offense is going to be able to put up a lot of points, and eventually our defense will get some stops for us. And we've actually been pretty good at getting some turnovers recently too, which could be huge if we could get whatever quarterback's name to throw us a couple interceptions because he is not afraid to throw it for sure. Um, so Alabama covers. The over under is 59.5 points, which I don't hate the over actually. I think I could hit because I think we could put up like 40 on them and they could put up like 20. So I think that's a good one. I think Bama covers and over.
I'm gonna say that Tennessee covers, and but and my score prediction for this game is Bama 42, Tennessee 34. And so that would be right under that. What is it, 8.5?
It's
It'd be
seven and
eight,
a half, so that would
seven
be.
and a half. Okay, well, I saw it earlier today. I
It
know it
was an eight
started
and a
at
half. It
seven and a
did
half. It went up to 9.5, and then it went back to 8.5. I
back
guess it's
down
back to
seven and a half.
7.5.
Yeah, so that
Okay.
would be a Bama cover.
Okay, then we'll go Bama cover then. I was thinking it was 8.5.
It's gone up and down.
So yeah, we'll go Bama cover then. I think it's going to be a close game. I think both teams are going to score some points. I don't know how electric it will be. I think both teams are going to be playing top down, trying not let teams get over the top on them, make them drive the whole field. That's kind of been what the defense has been seeming to do both teams past few weeks. So sure, 7.5. I'll go Bama cover.
All right. Well, we already did all the games. We'll go ahead and give our sneaks and our locks. Still waiting on Taylor, but I'll go ahead and give you my lock is USC plus 9.5. I'm kind of bought in on USC having a good enough offense to be able to score enough to keep it within 10 points. So that's the main reason I'm going with my lock right there. And then my sneak is Wyoming plus 3.5 against Air Force. Wyoming's 3-3. Air Force is 1-5. I know Air Force gave UNLV a run for their money last week with all the points that they scored, but I mean they're 1-5. So give me Wyoming plus 3.5 against Air Force.
Man, Air Force is giving a few teams a run for their money.
Yeah, no,
The likes of Boise State
don't care, bro.
lost by 3.
They're 1-5.
They did lose to Hawaii by 9. Gave Navy a run.
They're one
Air
in
Force
five.
has a good offense.
They're
Air
one in
Force has a
five.
good offense.
I don't care. 1-5. They don't know how to win.
Okay, true. You hate the troops, but uh, my sneak is SMU plus 9.5 at Clemson. I took Syracuse plus 17 at Clemson earlier this year. So Clemson at home doesn't scare me. I think their offense is still trash. I think SMU has enough to hang in there and, not lose by 10 or more. So, and my lock is Washington plus 6.5 at Michigan. Like we went over Michigan. Running back hurt. Their offense just can't seem to get it together. They got ran all over by USC last week. I don't see why Washington can't do the same. They have a great running back too and a good dual threat quarterback. So Washington plus 6.5 is my lock.
Washington wins.
I don't know if they win, but they cover.
True. All right, we're gonna go into our NFL now. So I don't have anything written down for this. We'll just go through the games.
Are
We
you
can.
stopping this one?
Yeah, I'll cut it.
Let me go pee real quick.
Okay.
You see my new picture on fantasy?
The Justin Fields one?
No, the new one.
Oh no. Is there another one?
Yes.
Let me see. Hmm.
It's so you have to zoom in on them though.
Yeah, they're small. Is that you and Taylor?
That's me and Cody. I'm just way taller than him.
That's pretty good. That's pretty funny.
Because I'm playing him this week.
Oh god. All right, we'll go into the NFL. I'm not. We're just gonna go through the games and pick them.
All right.
All right. Welcome to the Weekends Over podcast. I'm your host here with Max, and we're going to go ahead and get into the NFL games. We don't really have anything written down from last week's, but we're going to pick all the games. So when we get to the teams, we'll talk about how they did last week and so forth. But Thursday night game is the Steelers at the Bengals. Bengals did go and get Joe Flacco, and Joe and Flacco showed a little bit of hope last week against the Packers at the end of the game, but still, for the most part, not very impressive. Jamar Chase is a great receiver no matter what, so he's always going to be able to throw to him. But Steelers 4-1 quietly. Aaron Rodgers having a very efficient season, and DK Metcalf and him are having a pretty good connection. I'm going to go with the Steelers. I hate the line of -4.5 though, but I'm still going to take it just because the Steelers have been pretty efficient and defense still good. Joe Flacco isn't going to be that game breaker quarterback that they have, but it does kind of worry me. 4.5 is a weird number. So what do they know?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Steelers as well. Like you said, they've been quietly a good team this year. No one's really talking about them right now, but you just can't pick the Bengals without Joe Burrow against a good team. Um, so yeah, we'll say Steelers by a touchdown.
Yep. All right. Now Sunday, this is going to be the London game. The Rams 4-2 versus the Jaguars 4-2. The Rams look great offensively. I mean, they can do anything. Sam Bradford's having an amazing year this year, actually.
Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford hasn't played in
Not
so
Sam
long.
Bradford. Um, sorry,
Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford. I don't know why. I always say Sam Bradford for him too. Sam Bradford, goat though. Matthew Stafford, sorry, having a great year once again. Puka,
Oklahoma King.
yeah, Puka having a great year. And the Jaguars, obviously, they had their big win last week against the Chiefs, but then the week after that, they just now played the Seahawks. Close game, but they still lose. Defense looks kind of questionable. So does the offense, especially Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter not being able to get some catches, not get the yards or touchdowns. So I'm gonna go the Rams cover the 3.5 points against the Jags in London.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rams as well. I mean, the Jags defense has played well this year. That's what kept them in these games. You've seen Trevor Lawrence have a few big plays late in games, but not really consistent play like the Rams have on offense. So I'm taking the Rams all the way. I think they win this easily.
Mm. Next up, Raiders at the Chiefs. Chiefs look a lot better. Beat the Lions. Raiders did get a win against the Titans. Made Titans fire their coach. Chiefs cover the 12.5. That's a big point spread, but Chiefs offense starting to look better, getting some players back, and their defense actually played really well against the Lions. And Raiders have had some trouble. Genty might break off a big run now.
12 and a half.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
Give me Raiders cover. I could see the Chiefs winning by 10 or 12.
I mean,
Uh,
Chiefs know not to
12 and a half
cover.
is just too much for me. So I'm going to take the Raiders. I definitely think the Chiefs win. And they could cover that, and I could look like a fool.
Well, covering big spread, so probably good bet actually. Next up, Browns, Dolphins. Browns at home. Cleveland favored by 2.5. Dolphins last week. I mean, what's going on
They're
there?
falling apart.
Yeah. Tua had a chance at the end, but still not enough against the Chargers. Chargers eventually get the field goal. Brown starting Dylan Gabriel. Still didn't look great last week. They also uh David Njoku got injured. Quinshon Judkins is not good if the game is not set for him if they're playing from behind. He needs to be able to have a balanced attack for him to be effective. I'm going with the Dolphins. They play competitively. Their offense still looks good. A Chain is still a beast. Jalen Waddle is still having a great. Darren Waller right now is on a tear.
Resurgence.
Yeah, what's going on with that? But give me the Dolphins to cover 2.5 points. They're the underdog, so plus 2.5.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins as well because I don't trust the Cleveland's offense. I mean they have a great defense with what's his name on defensive line. But
Miles.
like you said, the Dolphins I think offensively they just have more juice. So I see them getting the win, or at least covering.
Yeah, I'll let you have this one. Patriots at the Titans, Max. Patriots favored by 6.5.
Take the Patriots all day. The Titans, I don't care that they just fired their coach. The Titans just suck. They're the worst team in the league. Uh, they're gonna get the number one pick again 2 years in a row. I don't even know.
Do you go quarterback or you get a weapon?
I don't think you can go quarterback. You just went quarterback.
You go get Jeremiah Smith.
I think you go get Jeremiah Smith or another offensive lineman or a dominant defense, but I don't know what college guys, defense lineman you would take. I think Jeremiah Smith is the elite guy you'd have to go get. In which that would be cool though, seeing a receiver go number one. I don't know the last time that's ever happened. So,
Mm-hmm.
or they probably traded away, get a couple picks in the first round. They can build their offensive line and get another receiver.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going Patriots. Drake May, quarterback Patriots, right?
Yeah, they're doing well right now. I mean, that's why the Titans are so dumb. They should have never fired
No.
Vrabel. Vrabel, even when the last few years he was there, we weren't very good. But I mean, he was winning 7 games with Malik Willis and no receivers. Our best receivers was uh Brooks, Akeem Brooks, Akine, or so, he's on the Dolphins now, but he was our best receiver those last 2 years. Um, and he's proving it right now when he actually has a good quarterback and some weapons that they can go and compete and win some games.
Yeah, Patriots look really good. I can't remember who they played last week, but I know they beat the Bills the week before that. I mean,
They
Drake
beat
May's
dang, who
they beat
they beat?
the Saints.
The Saints. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, Drake May looks great slinging the ball. He's actually rushing it pretty well too. And he really, I mean, Stephon Diggs is probably the best receiver, but he's not like he has a phenomenal receiving core. So I like the way the throws that he's making, stepping up in the pocket, throwing some missiles down. So I like it. I have the Dolphins, the Patriots covering the 6.5 points against the Titans. Really bad team. Next up, the Panthers and the Jets. I don't know how, but the Panthers are 3-3.
I know. The last 2 games they've played well.
Yeah,
Rico
Bryce
Dowdle.
Dowdle was the key to this, and also
Yeah.
to Terry McMillan, stepping up, big play guy, big catches. Jets look absolutely horrible, even though they have the best quarterback in the league, Justin Fields. They
We don't have to tell these people about this.
don't need to know this, but Justin Fields had negative passing yards last game. Amazing stats for a QB. Panthers,
QB1.
like I said, Dowdle's looking amazing. Jets defensively actually looked good last week, so I'll give them that. But give me the Panthers. Jets still haven't won a game. This will probably be the one that they win there at home. But give me Bryce Young, looking a little better, but mainly because of Dowdle.
Give me the Panthers as well. I feel like they're gaining a little momentum. Bryce is feeling it out a little bit better. Their defense is playing better. They've been on the past 2 weeks, been on a little roll here, so I think they continue it.
Yep. Next up, Saints at the Bears, and let me just say, the Bears 3-2, looking good. Caleb Williams looking good. Be able to get the ball out. Defense looking better. I will say the Saints 1-5 let me say Spencer Rattler hasn't been bad. He's been actually a decent QB. He's actually been a good QB, being able to get the ball out. Obviously, he's kind of having a little bit of trouble. Just overall, his team's not very good. But give me the Bears cover at the 4.5. They are at home, so I'll take the Bears.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bears as well. Just can't trust the Saints with Rattler. I mean, I give him a lot of credit though. He goes in there and gives a lot of effort. He makes some plays here and there, but the Saints just all around aren't good enough team.
Mm-hmm. Next up, the Eagles at the Vikings. Eagles last week getting beat by the Giants in the Dart and Scattaboo show. Um, the Eagles defense couldn't stop the run at all. I mean, they just got the ball ran down their throat the whole time. Jalen Hurts had some good throws here and there. Eagles defense got to step up. The Vikings um, still starting Nick Foles, I believe. I know Jack McCarthy is questionable sometime soon, but I'm still going to take the Eagles 4-2. I think they just have the better overall team.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Eagles as well. I know the past few weeks haven't played up to potential, but they have all the potential in the world.
Yeah,
I think they bounce back this week.
yeah. Colts 5-1 at the Chargers 4-2. Chargers are actually the favorites in this game. Chargers beat the Dolphins last week. Looked a little bit better, but Dolphins don't have really much of a defense. And I mean, I'll give Justin Herbert some credit. He looked good. McConkey looked good as well. But I mean, I'm going with the Colts. I don't care. They look like the best team in the NFL right now, actually, which is like they just do. I mean, Daniel Jones on his feet, throwing the ball, and also just Jonathan Taylor, just he been crushing it. Tyler Warren, I mean, probably the best tight end in the league right now. Like honestly, like stat wise, he's doing the best. So I'm gonna go the Colts cover. They're 1.5 point dogs. I mean, they're gonna
Where is
win this
this
game.
at in LA?
Yeah, it's in LA.
I'm gonna take the Chargers. I think they got Johnson coming back this week, receiver who's been a weapon for him. He pulled his hamstring last week, but or the week before that, but missed last weekend. I think he's a big weapon for him. I think McConkey's been huge for him. I think they need to get this win. They've lost the last 2 weeks, I think, in close games. Or maybe I think they won. No, they won last week on the
They beat
field
the
goal.
Dolphins.
Yeah, last second field goal. So the week before that they lost.
Yeah.
But I think they get a bounce back, against a really good team. So I'm gonna take the Chargers.
Next up, the Giants are at the Broncos. Denver's favored by 7.5 points. Let me give Giants their flowers. They beat the Eagles, and they looked really good doing it. Dart and Scattaboo together. I mean, what a fun team to look for. But Broncos last week did not look good offensively. They didn't have to. They played the Jets. Their defense took over the entire game. And I'm going to take the Giants to cover this 7.5 point spread, but I'm going to take the Broncos to win it no matter what. I think the Broncos just defensively are going to be too much for a rookie QB. I think it'll be a little bit hard for him, especially playing in Denver. But I do think the Giants' defense is good as well, so I think it'll be kind of a lower scoring game. But give me the Broncos to win, but the Giants cover the 7.5.
I'm with you on that one. I think the Broncos will win, but the Giants they have some fight in them right now. They have a little bit of juice. I don't think they have enough to get the win, but I think they have enough to make it close. And I say Denver wins on a field goal or something.
I'd say I look at like the game style. If this is going to be one of those games where they're just running it, clock's winding, both teams are
A
trying to.
very similar game to the Jets game. I think it's going to be, very
Yeah.
low scoring, defensive game.
Yep. Packers at the Cardinals, 3-1-1. Packers are the Cardinals 2-4. Is Kyler Murray going to be back this game?
I'm not sure he's questionable. It still hasn't been announced yet, but
I'll still start Justin Fields over him. Uh. Anyways,
I think they're
Packers.
projected, but the same amount of 18 points. So
I would. I Yeah. I would always actually start Kyler Murray over Justin Fields, just
he is a
because
better,
Justin
yeah.
is so inconsistent no matter what. Anyways, Packers are 6.5 point favorites at the Cardinals. This is really for me depending on who's starting. Even though Jacoby Brissett looked good last week,
He threw
actually.
for for 300 yards.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cardinals cover this. I still think the Packers win, but Cardinals cover the 6.5. I do worry about the Cardinals ground game now because they don't really have their back anymore. They're kind of going between a lot of different people, and they don't know who. Marvin Harrison Jr. is you're not really sure if he's ever going to be there. Sometimes he does good, sometimes he's not that good. Trey McBride's been a bright spot for them though, but I still think the Packers, Josh Jacobs is amazing. Tucker Craft amazing, and then I just love their wide receiving core in whole, and then obviously Micah Parsons on their defense now. I still think Cardinals at home, they're going to cover the 6.5, but Packers will win.
I'm going to say Packers cover. I think they win by a touchdown. I think Josh Jacobs is a little bit too much. I think the Packers get up early on them, and then they pound them the rest of the way.
All right. Commanders 3-3, Cowboys 2-3-1. Washington is favored by 1.5 points. I mean, what do you say about the Cowboys after going and losing to the Panthers? I mean, there's obviously on the road, but I mean, they just don't know what they're going to be ever. And then the Commanders last week get a big win. Still don't look great. Who they play last week?
I don't remember.
It was. Oh no, they lost to the Bears. Sorry, I
Yeah,
was thinking about.
that's right. It was the Monday night game, right? Or
Yeah,
Sunday night.
it was Monday night, I think, but they lost. They lost to the
Last
Bears. They
second
had a
field goal.
big fumble at the very end of the game that they were up pretty much most of the game, but big fumble. I'm still gonna go with the Commanders. Cowboys, I mean, they're at home, but I still can't trust them. And the Commanders' defense isn't that bad. They had a bad fumble last game that kind of ruined that game for him. Uh, Jaden Daniels, really good. Lots of different weapons on offense. Terry McCroskett, whatever his name is, I don't know what his name is. Running back, he looks pretty
Merritt.
good. Yeah, Merritt. I will say Dak Prescott's still having a great year, but I mean, it doesn't matter if you can't beat the Panthers.
Their defense is so bad. They have the
Yeah.
worst defense in the league.
Yeah, so I mean, Washington only favored by 1.5 points. Obviously, last year this was that crazy game where they almost came back, come back, all that stuff happened, but they missed the field goal at the end, the extra point or whatever. Commanders win this. I mean, they're -1.5. I'm going with the Commanders.
I'm taking Commanders as well for all the reasons we just said.
Yep. Next up, the night game, Falcons at the 49ers. I mean, I love watching some Mac Jones. I mean, slinging the rock around the field. I mean, he might throw it 4 yards down the field, but he's slinging it there. Obviously, Falcons big win last week against the Bills. No one saw that coming. I don't know what to think about this Falcons team. Penix looked good. Drake London looked good. Obviously, Bijan looked amazing. Defense looked good. Got some key turnovers from him. 49ers, they lost to the Buccaneers last week. Had some bad turnovers, but I mean, Mac Jones is playing it all on the field. I mean, he's doing whatever he wants to do, like slinging it where he thinks he is, where he thinks he can fit it. I mean, I'm gonna go the Falcons.
What's the spread?
The San Francisco's favored by 2.5. I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
Really?
I think they might win.
I'm going to go with 49ers to cover. Juwan Jennings is coming back. Ricky Pearsall is back. I think Mac has some more weapons at receiver now.
Obviously, still have McCaffrey.
Still have McCaffrey. They just the past 2 weeks they've been missing receivers. Pearsall's been out and Jennings has been out, and obviously Ayuk's been out the whole season. But
And what's his name? Tight end.
and George Kittle's been out. But I think getting Pearsall and Jennings back this week will be huge for Mac, and I think Mac's been playing well. I mean, he's been seeing the field well, and I think Atlanta going across country. I think it's perfect for the 49ers to get a win here. I think the Falcons looked so good last week. I think they
They're
come
bound
down
for
a
a
little
bad
bit.
game now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say Fred Warner for them as he broke his leg his ankle or something, so he's out now too. What's up with the 49ers? I mean, injury luck has just been
The
horrible for them the
past
past
5 years, yeah.
yeah. I mean, this would definitely be the game where the Falcons look good last week and then they look horrible this week. So won't be surprised. I mean, Monday night game. I mean, this game is about to be so much fun. Buccaneers at the Lions. Bucks get a big win last week, 5-1, possibly the best team in the NFL right now. They beat the 49ers, and the Lions go and they lose to Kansas City. Kansas City kind of had their number the whole game. Detroit's favored by 5.5 points. I mean, there's no way I'm not picking the Buccaneers to cover 5.5 points. I think the Lions could win by a field goal, but I do believe in the Bucks to score it. But I am worried about injuries for the Bucks.
Hey,
I mean,
Buka's out this week.
Mbuka's out. Uh,
I think Mike
could
Evans is coming back this week, though.
exactly could be getting Mike Evans. The backup running back for them, Rashad White, looks good. That one dude for the receiver that they were going to looked good as well. So I mean, I'm just not going to count out Baker. I think he's going to be slinging the ball. He's been doing it this whole year. I will say Goff. I mean, against the the Chiefs, he was still slinging it. Amon-Ra had a bad game, had a big drop at one point. Gibbs didn't have a good game. Montgomery didn't have a good game. Sam Laporta made a great catch, but I'm still gonna go the Bucks to cover 5.5 points.
I'm gonna take the Lions to cover. I think they bounce back this week. I really like the Bucks, but I think without Ibuka, they lose their big chunk play
Yeah,
guy. I think obviously Mike Evans coming back is gonna be nice for him, but
he's slower though.
he's just he's not the explosive guy that Ibuka is. I think it's a close game, but I think the Lions end up winning by a touchdown.
Yeah, I get it. Next up, the Texans at the Seahawks. Seahawks -3.5. Texans had a bye last week. Seahawks did beat the Jags. Jackson Smith looked great. He's been killing it this whole year. Sam Darnold's apparently he's an elite QB now, which is cool to watch. I mean, they were having a
He was last year too for the Vikings.
yeah, no, I'm not saying like now it's like official because it's 2 years in a row. Um, Give me the Seahawks. I mean, I want to
You
pick
gotta
the
take the Seahawks.
Texans.
You gotta pick the. You can't take the Texans here.
Yeah, no, I love D'Amico. No,
Love D'Amico. I love what they got going, but the Seahawks have proven this year that they can compete against the best teams in the league, and they've been in every game. I just think this is perfect for the Seahawks to take this one.
yep. Um, what's your lock for the NFL? I'll go ahead and give mine. I'm locking the Commanders by 1.5 against the Cowboys.
Hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna lock the Steelers -4.5 versus Cincinnati.
All right. Well, that has been the Weekends Over podcast. We're sorry everybody else couldn't make it. I thought Taylor might be able to, but I think he's too scared to talk to Max about the trades, so he couldn't show up this week.
He doesn't want to talk about Hugh Freeze firing.
But yeah, we hope y'all win some money. Hope y'all enjoyed this. We'll see y'all next week, and y'all enjoy watching some football for us.